Hello everybody and welcome back to the Belligerent Brandenburg campaign. Let's settle on Belligerent Brandenburg. It sounds good. We might change the name when pressure comes along, but we'll see. We'll see. So we're going to spend a little bit more just drilling, getting ready for the War of the Pomeranian Succession, as it shall go down in the annals of history. Is there a crossing between Piratz over here and Lubz? I apologize, by the way, that I'm sure I'm butchering all of these pronunciations. It looks like there is, unfortunately. So we're going to make them move to Stettin by making them feel afraid. He has low morale right now. Wish I'd spotted that sooner. Might be because he just went, yeah, he's Miltech 7. That's worrying. We'd still win. We would take some... Cyrilla has been placed under interdict. What have you done, Cyrilla? It's a bit early in the game for anyone to be placed under interdict. In case you're not aware, being placed under interdict means you have been excommunicated. Ah, because he went Miaphysite. He must have begun Catholic, otherwise the Pope wouldn't be excommunicating him. But, of course, we will cut off relations with him. Once the Reformation starts, if you stay Catholic, those events are fantastic. Because every time you side with the Pope, it gives the Pope, it gives you plus 10 respects our religious authority. And that modifier caps at 200. So you can get a permanent, basically permanent, plus 200 modifier with the Pope. Okay, Wilhelm Friedrich. See, we didn't even need to name him after Friedrich ourselves. And yes, I'm going to say Frederick differently every single time I pronounce their name. The game did it for us. 4-3-1. Not the best, not above average, but we'll take him. I want to stabilize the legitimacy situation. And he's not bad, not by any means. I would love handguns. So, of course, our stuff is... our tech, that is getting more and more expensive because we don't have banking, and we will basically never have meritocracy because meritocracy starts way about. Let me zoom out so I can get this perspective right. Here, Ming, maybe here, and essentially never goes to Europe. Unfortunately, there have been some changes in the patch notes about reinventing technology, so maybe we'll get it over here, but it's. Basically, it's unlikely we'll ever get this. We're just going to tank this 20% cost penalty. But banking, hopefully, will spread along the coast to us relatively quickly. There's not a great deal we can do. I mean, there is. We could try and ask the Pope for that university charter. But I'm going to keep working on... what? Oh, he had a kid. Never mind. There goes the Imperial bid. Oh, well. Let's improve relations with the Pope. Let's get it to 100 and then do that Imperial Charter. The Imperial Charter? That, whatever it's called. What I'm looking for is... I don't know, I can't remember. University Charter. University Charter. That's the one. It's going to cost us quite a bit of money. We got a little bit in the bank. I do want to give some to these guys, though. Yeah, this is more important. We need the stability points, and we need the loyalty with the greater nobles. Whenever you're below 50, the effect of the nobles holding the province is negative. You get less unrest. Sorry, you get more unrest. So you get estate loyalty plus 0.4. We get less tax, I think, from the estate. If we look at the estates of the realm, so the effective tax rate on the greater nobles right now is 3% on tax, 13 on trade, 3 on manpower levy. And if they're more loyal, you get more tax from them. Also, there are privileges that reduce the rates of tax and things. It's more complicated than just how loyal they are and how many reforms you've passed. Now, with them 2 tech levels ahead of me, I'm a little concerned. I don't recall what you get at tech level 7. Let's just have a look. You don't have any cav, do you? No, good. No more tactics. That's good. No more combat width. No more morale, apart from the 0.25 you get here. Province of Peace has expired. Now, 0.5 tax. Yeah, boo-hoo. So I'm very pleased we managed to add Magdeburg to our realm. When we start getting more money, we'll start considering where we want to try and develop cities. Because you don't want to try and develop every province. You want to pick ones and focus on them. I may do that by renaming provinces with, like, C's to remember. But I'd rather just remember. You know, we want one in Magdeburg, probably Haveland. That is it. Brandenburg and der Havel is apparently the name of the city in this province. Interesting. You know, Berlin, probably. Maybe here, because there's an estuary. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. I'm going to take this again, rather than taking the tech, because that 10% infantry compatibility, I think, is going to be more valuable. Let's bump the army maintenance. Sorry, I mean end the drilling. How is our professionalism? Almost at 20%, which gives us regaining manpower when disbanding, which is so good. Less useful in MEIOU than in base game, but still good. Yeah, we've got some nice bonuses from there. The more professional you are, the less you loot, which most of the time I don't want to loot, so I don't worry too much about that. If you loot a lot, it really terrifies your neighbours. They get up to a minus 200 loot scare modifier, which is really quite painful. Run from me. Run from me, you wimps. Oi. They're not running from me. That's disconcerting. So his men must be up here, right? Level 1 fort, level 0 fort, level 1, level 1, level 1, no fort, no fort. Okay, let's go here. There we go, now he runs. Alright, pause it. Come back from the Pope. Let's declare this war before he gets a chance to move. So they have one man, yes? Wargasts? Yes, they have one man. So let's charge in straight here. It's coastline, no crossing. Let's get this thing done. They have another alliance! Darn it! How do you have two alliances? Maybe they share a dynasty? Yeah, these two share a dynasty. Darn it. In that case, you might have to wait for Miltech. Which means we're going to sit here with this uncalled province. It's not a big deal, but, you know, 1.6 less money per year. Ducats. 1,000 less manpower. Yeah. We should wait for some Miltech. Really. That's unfortunate. Maybe we could do it now. No, we're over the force limit again, somehow. Not sure how that happened. Separatists still building over here. Yeah. Well, in that case, I guess we'll spend our money on that university charter. We can get it for 100 gold. That's not bad at all. It would cost us 190 normally. It does have maintenance, which is not good, but I want to start getting some art power, building up the city. I assume it will build it in the capital. I'd kind of rather it built it in Berlin, which I suspect the capital will move to when we get the whole Hohenzollern event, or maybe later on, I don't know. Yes, I'd be more concerned about Bohemia taking these provinces from us if they were our rival rather than our ally right now. They're integrating some of their guys by event, I think. They certainly haven't completed the integration time. In MEIOU&Taxes, you can't just instantly integrate vassals. You have to complete an integration of them, which the speed of which is modified by all kinds of things, ranging from centralization, diplotechnology, what culture groups you are, what policies you take, all kinds of things. So it seems like there's something that goes on between the 13th and 15th. I guess that's when it does like its estate recalculations and stability and all that kind of thing. I'd love to demand manpower from them, but working on the increasing the loyalty I think makes more sense to me, because if we can increase the loyalty more, then we can increase the tax rate, and we do tax them not only on money but also on manpower. So it makes sense. Makes sense to me, at least. Oh, I hadn't noticed. Rügen is actually a different province, like it is in CK2. Cool. It's fun. By the way, in this game, I'm going to go for relatively sensible borders. At least when we get near the end of the campaign, I'll start trying to kind of smooth out borders and things. Yeah, I don't care at all if we have compromised spy defense. Not losing prestige for that. So we're going to go for relatively nice borders in this campaign, but in the early game, you know, you're going to have to deal with things like this. It is difficult to get nice borders in MEIOU&Taxes because some of the provinces, with the most glaring offender being this one, have truly spectacularly poor borders. But that's okay. We're up to 20% yet. Very close. We're trading more than our force limit. It's like you get yearly professionalism based on what percentage of your force limit you're drilling. I wonder if 2.5 is when you're drilling 100%, or if we're actually getting more because we're drilling 25% more than our force limit. It's costing us 0.6 a month because we're over the force limit, but I really don't want to delete him because he's 1,000 manpower. Of course, we could delete him once we get conscription army, maybe. What is this song? Do you not remember this song? I think that must be new. Oh, no, it's one of these. Never mind. I don't like the opera ones. I imagine that they're not actually... Well, maybe they are from an opera, but they just sound a bit operatic to me. Not a huge fan of operas, generally. I did quite enjoy an opera a couple of days ago, but yeah. Anyway, huzzah! New level of army professionalism. That's excellent. Okay, here it is. Here it is. The Emperor has made an offer to purchase the March of Brandenburg from our ruler for a very substantial sum. The nobility have had enough of him and will certainly be quite angry if we refuse. Shall we accept? Better a peasant in Bavaria than an emperor in Brandenburg. Because essentially at the moment, I think that in like historical terms, we're essentially owned by Bavaria. Like the dynasty that owns all this area owns all this area. So even if it's not unified into nations here, it's, you know, it's one dynasty. Which means we get rid of the Wittelsbach rule, which is the negative modifier, which gives us the less promoted cultures. And we gain cause. Oh, hang on, we get a bunch of free land if we do this. But we also get Luxembourg rule in Brandenburg until the end of the game, which gives us national unrest. And we get a von Luxembourg. What nonsense. Brandenburg is the most important thing in the world to me. Bohemia gets their money back, because I imagine they just spent some to try and do this. Haveland gets pretender organizing. So this is the... we get a von Luxembourg. I thought we were going to get a Hohenzollern or whatever. Maybe that comes later. Or we should do this, right? Oh no, we're not gaining land. Sorry, I'm being silly. They gain land. Yeah, Wals, Dollar, Luzia, which is this one, and Chombles, which is this one. Are they at least controlled by greater nobles? Well, one of them is. How about this one? Lesser. That's a shame. We're losing some lesser nobles. I'd rather they were all greater nobles. But that 2 national unrest and 0.05 autonomy change is really bad. But that's Luxembourg rule, so I hope that goes away when we switch, if we switch, to Hohenzollern. Let's do it. We get a 445. Oh, the new legal area is a 314. Well, actually, that's not so bad. Because Diplo is by far the least important. Even more in MEIOU&Taxes than in base game. So yeah, let's do it. We will kick him out. We're going to sell ourselves. Okay, here everything goes. We have gained a core province. And we gain 445 leader, who's pretty good. Is he young? Is he young? Yeah, he's young. Nice. He's going to lead for a long time. Johann Sigismund I von Luxembourg. We did lose some land, which sucks. We still have cores on it, though. And these cores will last... Ooh, not very long on that one, actually. I thought they'd lasted a lot longer than this. So we're probably going to lose these cores, because I don't plan to go to war with Bohemia anytime soon. To everlasting friendship. Mittelmark is the seat of our electress. Mittelmark? Where is Mittelmark again? Berlin, right. The ruler is dead. We get this for a year, and we can either do a big celebration with no chance of losing stability, or all the way down to no celebration, where we're guaranteed to lose stability and a 30% chance to lose 2 stability. We're going to do a massive celebration, because it only costs us 14.5, and we gain some legitimacy and prestige, which is pretty good. The merchant has returned home. Right, probably because he can't reach anymore. We didn't actually test. Yeah, I can't reach down here anymore. That is a shame. And that was in our home node. Yeah, there's pros and cons. That's for darn sure. We lost our royal marriages because we died. Good. Didn't really want the royal marriages anymore. Since our imperial bid is certainly not going to work right now. Why are they suddenly so very negative? Just because they really like the other guys. Okay. Wargast. Well, no, thank you. Who did I want to use a diplo relation on? There was someone. Ooh, Tyrol is 45. So we are now von Luxembourg, which means we can ally Luxembourg, and it won't take a diplo slot. You've reached your alliance limit. Excuse me. They're von Luxembourg. As are these guys, which means this alliance no longer takes not a diplo slot, no longer takes an alliance limit slot. Saxony wants a marriage. But they're allied to Bohemia, so no, you're never going to vote for me. You're always going to vote for Bohemia. No, I decline. Is there anyone else of the von Luxembourg dynasty? Moravia, but that's a subject to Brandenburg. I think we should marry Luxembourg. Sorry, we should ally Luxembourg. Because when the game actually... Oh, he's a hopeless spender. That sucks. 5% worse costs on basically everything. And 5% less national tax modifier. Come on, Sigismund, get your act together. She's pretty good. Roll of armies. Prestige isn't great, but... Yeah, I like him. I want to disinherit this guy, but... Can we take another period of negative 50 prestige? I don't know if we can. Losing money, now that we've lost that land, which is not entirely surprising. And we could spend less on, even less, on like the court or on education. But I mean, that's only one a year. Huh. We are ticking down autonomy in most of our land. And now that it's... We actually aren't there. Now that we have East Elben as our primary culture, we can once again continue converting the cultures over here. Now, because they're our same... Right, which means... I'm not fussed about Diplotech, really. 1% trade efficiency. Booyah. I mean, who cares? Let's go... and there's no corruption from unbalanced tech in this mod, I'm pretty sure. Let's do this one. Encourage migration and settlement of Germans from Eastern and Central Germany into the less populated regions of East, Central, and Eastern Europe. This decision will speed up and allow the conversion of areas of the Ostsiedlung to nearby German cultures. So, like here, for example, what's your cultural conversion at right now? Population 56.5. It's getting there. Awesome. Well, yeah, let's do it. Oh, it causes unrest. Newmark and Libet. So there's the only two that it currently applies to. It doesn't do it to ones that are in your culture group but not accepted. Okay, good to know. Maybe we shouldn't do it. We only have two provinces that it actually applies to. Because, you know, when we have a bunch more, I think it's still 100 Diplo points. It's worth more then. I think for now, we're going to hold off. Did I focus mill? I did. We may wish to undo that as soon as we catch up on mill tech. So game, recognize that I'm not at my alliance limit because the only person I'm allied to is of my dynasty. I don't know when it recalculates that. Maybe it would only recalculate upon marriage, which would be unfortunate. Stettin, I'm not going to marry you. I'm going to kill you. Come on, be reasonable. Yeah, we're not going to go back up to 5 now, not until we take this land. So we have to declare war just because we need to fund our army. We need to be able to maintain a large enough force. That's the most Brandenburgian thing I've ever heard. Right, not the diplomat, the merchant. Sorry. So right now we get transfers from South Baltic. So we could send him down here. Let's see how much we make if we do this. Currently at 0.72. Hey, a new archbishop has been appointed. Sweet. Excuse me. Where is he? Shouldn't we get a modifier archbishop on this province? Maybe it recalculates later. Morning our late mark has expired. Good. More stability for us. We really need to get our stability up. Okay, let the month tick. And let's check out what we got. 0.2. Wow. So much money. An extra 0.2. Let's try collecting from trade. One in central Germany. Over here we're probably not doing anything at all either. Yeah, transferring across 0.1. Let's see what we make with the guy there. Still not going to be much because, you know, this is not a well-developed area. New rivals available. Teutonic Order, Mecklenburg, and Wolgast. Well, we're just about to declare war. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I could have just declared on Wolgast and taken this as a not co-belligerated Stettin. But I do want to co-belligerate Stettin. Well, let's not rival them just yet. Who did I rival? Is it I rivaled? That's right, Messen. Well, Messen's not going to attack me right now. Game, let me ally with Luxembourg. I'm going to go insult these guys. I should have done that earlier. Get us some more power projection. Could declare war on them. We could do, rivalry war. I suspect we're going to do quite a few wars on rivals and things in this campaign, rather than just taking land, because aggressive expansion is going to rapidly become a very serious stumbling block. Teutonic Order we can rival straight away, because I don't think there's much fear of them allying with Meissen. Allying with Meissen. I always say allying for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm thinking aligning in my head. Let's embargo them. And once we take this land, we might want to try and work on them, especially if Poland goes to war with them. They're quite strong early game, though. They have a good... wait, they have them as a vassal. Right. Interesting. And, yeah, allied with Sweden. Maybe the... what's it called? The Kalmar Union could form and... get rid of that problem for us. I think it does make sense to keep drilling our guys, even though we're losing money, and I could be not paying them. Would save what? Yeah, well, the overforce problem will still be there, and we need this extra guy. Bohemia loves us. Just keep improving with Luxembourg. Is there any point royal marrying them? Not really. And again, I don't feel a great drive to spread the von Luxembourg dynasty around, because I suspect we're going to switch from it again. I do like being able to get the free alliance with Bohemia, even if it's not actually recognizing it as a free alliance right now. Glad that Saxony still exists as an elector, because they're someone that we're likely to be able to sway to us, because they're very small. It's good to have small electors. Easy to ally with, easy to send gifts to make them like you more. Cheaper to send gifts to, more importantly. Our truce with the world has ended. Who's well? That's right, this guy. Okay. Basically just waiting on Tech 5. I don't think... It seems like Tech 6 adds almost nothing. Sorry, Tech 7 adds almost nothing. And if that's the case, I'm thoroughly not concerned about going to war with only Tech 5 versus their Tech 7. How are you doing over here in the west on tech? Just Tech 6, good. Just Tech 6 on you. It's only him that's got Tech 7. I think we'll probably be able to stack wipe him. Especially since we appear to be the only person in the HRE right now that's drilling their troops. I guess all the others are, taking a look at their economy and going, it's not for me right now. That's 23 now, 2.3% discipline. Fantastic. We promote lesser nobles, definitely don't do that. How is our stability coming? Getting there, getting there. Yeah, substandard education. Not great. It's good for autonomy, though. There's always that. Long January tick there. Right. They've switched to Brandenburgian peasants that are going to rise up here. They're at 4.5, and there'll be less of them, probably. What? Come on. We should probably get over there and be ready to take the fight. And we can reduce 1.25. We might actually be able to prevent it from happening. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stand here. I'm going to keep drilling. I'm going to hope we can actually prevent it from firing altogether. If it gets to 95, we'll leave the province. But I really want that army professionalism to ramp up. Give us that nice early advantage in combatability. And it all feeds into the belligerent Brandenburg strategy we've got going on. But the dealing with the Brandenburgian peasants and the conquest of Pomerania will in fact have to be delayed another episode. Sorry about that. Hopefully in the next one we'll get in here for that quick stack wipe, seize what is rightfully ours, establish much more coastal territory, which will give us good control over the well, not good control, but some control over the South Baltic. Oh, there's gems over there. We're coming for you, gems. Anyhow, see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon.